Happy Friday, World Renowned family. Welcome to Kneel at Noon. We're going to continue with John Maxwell's book, The Difference Maker. And we're going to finish with the last two things that your attitude can do for you. The first one is your attitude makes a difference in how you face challenges. Now, I cannot speak for you, but I am going to open up and share a little bit about myself and the challenges that we are currently facing. Dr. Maxwell and life in general remind us that obstacles, problems, and failures are inevitable. They're going to happen, but especially right now, what are you going to do when you face these challenges? It's going to, make a difference in how we face these challenges with the coronavirus and the current situation and environment that we find ourselves. There is a quote that says, "No society has ever developed tough men during times of peace." So your attitude is going to make a difference in how you're developed in these tough times, and in these times when challenges and obstacles and problems and failures occur. Every challenge has an opportunity, and every opportunity has a challenge. So that's a little bit of the vice versa, that we went through in a few episodes in the past. So every challenge has an opportunity, and every opportunity has a challenge. How are you going to deal with those challenges? How are you going to deal with the opportunities that you find in those challenges? The last one that your attitude can do for you, or point number 4 before we move on, is your attitude is the difference maker. Now, that is the title of the book, The Difference Maker, and it really is all about attitude. And here's why your attitude is the difference maker. Your attitude influences how we see the world. Therefore, our attitude influences how we see life. And depending on how we see life, that's going to, determine our actions and determine our thoughts about life. So our attitude really is a difference maker in how we see the world and how we see life as a whole and our lives in general. So there are a couple of rules in here, a couple of highlights that I just want to point out to you that Dr. John Maxwell said, and they surround the idea of winning. And the first rule of winning is don't beat yourself. So if you want to win, there's going to be opponents, there's going to be life happening all around us. The first rule of winning is don't beat yourself. Well, how could I beat myself, Neil? That might be something that you're asking. And the first way is with your thoughts. We are the sum of our thoughts. Thus, Napoleon Hill says, think and grow rich. He doesn't say act and grow rich. Everything begins with our thoughts. And so there is an idea that we cannot for any length of time, so we cannot for any consistent period of time, behave in a way that's inconsistent with our thinking. And an example for this is going to be with exercise. If we say or if we think that it's okay to be overweight, we cannot act in any way for a specific length of time or a consistent length of time that is contrary to our thoughts or our beliefs. So that's why so many diets fail. That's why so many learning habits fail, because they are inconsistent. The action is not in congruence with our thought or our belief. Most people desire improvement. Now, this is an idea that I love, but it's also challenging. So the last two things I'm going to say are going to be a bit of harsh, hard reality, right? Most people desire improvement, but resist change. And the problem with desiring improvement, but resisting change is that you can't have one without the other. This is the cause and effect. So if you want improvement, if you want growth, if you want new development, there has to be change. So if you're going to resist change, you're actually saying your thought is that I don't want to improve. Now, Fred Smith, the author, has a very, very, I believe it's a transformational quote and it's a tough quote. This is a quote that Neil has to digest, and I have to evaluate. This is my quote that I look at the mirror, look at myself in the mirror through. This is the lens that I see myself in my world. It says, you are the way you are because that's the way you want to be. You are the way you are because that's the way you want to be. If you really want it to be any different, you will be in the process of changing right now. So I am the way I am because that's how I want to be. Because if I really want it to be any different, I will be in the process of changing right now. That's a hard pill to swallow. So I'm not saying that it's fair. Life isn't fair. I'm not saying that it's just. I'm just saying it's reality. I am who I am right now because that's who I want to be. I am where I am right now because that's where I want to be. If it wasn't, if I really, and the word is really, want it to be different, I will be in the process of changing. When? Right now. So I hope that will be, I guess, challenging, but also inspiring as we go into the weekend. I love you. God loves you. There's nothing you can do about it. And until next time, don't be average. Be world renowned. Peace.